what I'm doing today. Let's do 127, it's fine.
Oh, come on.
Ah, they're behind us, you fucking cocksuckers! God damn it, they almost had me. Ah! Hey guys.
Alright, we're going for A. Okay, my squad is spread out.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. You get him? There you did.
make that noise. How the fuck you not die, brother? Man, that was good shots, bro. Good shots. Hey, hey, hey. What do you think me? Oi.
Oh my god, y'all fucking retarded, I swear. I don't know why I expected from fucking snipers. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. Supporting the team. On your feet, soldier. Easy clap. For real, for real. Well, I wasn't really doing much.
Boy. Hit the windshield in the bottom of them shoes. Bottom of them feet right there.
There you go, I love it.
Let's go to district.
Steven Seagal. Say what you will about the man. One thing that you cannot say is that he is not an interesting guy. One thing you cannot also say is that a lot of people hate this guy. A lot of people really, for some reason, this guy is notorious in Hollywood for being very disliked by a lot of people. Whether it's because of his legend for being just a complete asshole, or his legend for just not being very good at what he's making money for.
Right.
Which is acting. This man is terrible. So,
You
like,
think?
I look at something. Kevin King, he gave us so much stuff tonight about Steven Seagal. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with all these videos that he sent us, but man, these are fascinating. I have nothing personal against Steven Seagal. I don't. If he's an asshole, then that is too bad, and he probably deserves all the dislike that he gets. But I didn't, listen, I knew he wasn't like a thespian, okay? I mean, as a guy, he's an action star. He beats people up on screen. But I didn't know he was this bad. I didn't know he was this shitty. I didn't know that he and you know it's one thing to just to be bad at the craft of acting. It's another thing to be a bully about it.
Yeah.
When you go in and you make people do the terrible shit that you do. You make people, you bring all the talent down to your shitty level. You force people to do that, as he did on Saturday Night Live.
And then there's like some speech, and then he enters the banquet room and starts beating, it's live, and he's beating them up. And then at the very end,
God, he slid that dude back. Yeah.
Was that Phil Hartman?
No, none of these are actors.
That motherfucker slid him across.
He slid. You know, after this dude started about to get beat up, he was like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
scene you've ever seen. And then at the very end, he turns the camera and says,
This is what happens when you pollute the planet.
They say, why does everybody think this guy's such a tough guy anyway? So I didn't even know this. There's a video of a skinny ass Steven Seagal, and they say running like a girl.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, have you seen this?
Yeah.
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 I know.
Wrist just flopping everywhere and everything.
Oh, man.
Running with his ass out.
What is it, a fucking rerun or something?
It's so funny to see him so skinny. He's
It is.
so big now.
It is, man. That's what threw me off. I was like, looking at him skinny in that video, you think like he was on crack or something.
Right. Yeah. Well, it makes you think, because
Yeah.
you see somebody so
Jesus
big,
Christ.
it's like when you go back and watch Lawrence Fishburne, you're like, wait, he was so thin back then.
Steven Seagal cannot do. You know, it's like he has to prove himself to be, you know, better at everything, including being, or he has to outdo himself all the time. Even outdo himself at being terrible. It's like, all right, I already did. Oh, you think my acting is shitty? Oh yeah, you think my acting? That's what you don't look at? Wait until you hear my reggae music.
They're shooting at me.
Is he that same Italian guy from cinema?
No, I know. They're like, sing a little bit, let me get a big ass.
I always feel bad for the accompanying person, the hype man or woman in this case. Who has the actual talent? He's got like, let me hype this guy up. Only for them to come in like, oh yeah, you're an actor.
And it's he paid them. The musicians are like, Steven Seagal, you don't pay us.
This is when your ego.
You know what he did? I'm sorry to tell him. You know, you could.
I didn't know that. I got the whole life, and I know that.
I'm knowing this, man.
You know the worst thing about this is she goes, it's the Steven Seagal. And she's like, did I just say those words? Oh my God.
you know, after looking at all that and hearing all that, half past dead probably can't be half bad.
So sociopathic means I can kill everybody in this room.
Guys,
You
spawn
probably
on me.
sociopath. You probably not
Down it.
sociopath. You're just an asshole.
Exactly.
Act like people in there, look at him, I'm crazy. You know, he ain't crazy. He's just a bitch ass asshole.
Bad man.
There's a way to do that line where it would be cool.
No.
And we still could,
I honestly don't think he would say that.
well, I mean, not like that. I'm saying he could have conveyed, I am sociopathic without saying it. And I will tell
Let me just say this movie's terrible. Ain't no line that can be conveyed in here very bad. I mean, very good at all. This movie, I'm gonna tell you, this is the most logically ridiculous film I've ever seen. You saw it? Oh, you ever seen it before?
Oh, me and the wife watched it last night.
I'm gonna tell you, man, I almost admire this movie because there are movies that don't make sense because they don't know what they're doing. It's almost like with this movie, they put effort into not making sense.
They did.
It's like y'all, man. It's like y'all did this shit on purpose. Like you just didn't want to write shit that was logical. And I appreciate it. It's almost beautiful. I think they might have done that because there's not a shred of original content in this, or a shred of originality to this movie. Not one original element.
Well, and I read something where it was originally written called The Rock. But since that other movie, The Rock, came out,
Yeah.
they had to sit on the script for several years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, you couldn't just change the name.
this looks like The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
It is. The director is friends with Michael Bay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, there's not one shred of an original element in this movie, man. The only thing that's original about this is how stupid it is. Now, that's actually where, like, when I say this don't make sense, that's where the movie stands out.
Yeah, to the point where some footage is from other movies.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, there's like a helicopter
God.
scene. There's something that's actually from a different movie about Navy SEALs, and then there's another scene that Michael Bay had shot, and it was like, well, I'm not gonna use it, so
You go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! This is a Frankenstein ass movie then.
I thought you were gonna say like Steven Seagal, big Steven Seagal was running, and it cuts to him running, skinny. No, man, that was me.
He'll put no effort into running in this movie.
Oh no! In fact, they tried to do some shit in here, and they're like, "Don't you dare!"
You got more sense than that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. From the moment this movie starts, it's funny. It's just funny how hard it's trying because it's some of this. I have a hard time trying to make up my mind whether they're trying too hard or they're just not taking themselves seriously. Because when it starts out, they're trying so hard to be cool with the opening credits. The opening credits are trying so hard. They got and I'll tell you this, everything that you see in the opening credits is pretty much throughout the whole movie. Slow-mo.
Yeah.
Trying to be too overly stylish and slick. The soundtrack. Mean mugging. It's all in the opening credits. And I'm talking about just with the words. Those mean Steven Seagal eyes. Look like you're taking an eye exam right now. The funniest thing he started out with is
Why are you flashing a bunch of kids, you fucking pervert?
This is where most people can't take this seriously, man. The funniest thing he started out with is your boy Ja Rule in that suit.
This is not really fun.
Oh hell no.
Was it gangster bring your kid to work today?
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, he looks like a little boy who's
Put his daddy father.
Yeah, put his dad's clothes on. Now I did it one time and I don't really do this anymore. I don't think it's right to like make fun of people's looks, shame their bodies and whatnot. So let me just say right here, and I mean this, I'm not doing this just to, backtrack anything. Ja Rule he's got a great physique. Ja Rule is like, he knows he's got to have a stage presence. He takes care of himself. Ja Rule's not a bad looking guy, I don't think Lance is a guy, you know. So I'm not talking about him in particular. I'm just saying, why did this movie, y'all know what y'all do, why don't y'all put him in these baggy ass clothes? Because every scene that he's in, and y'all were right, it looks like he's trying to be like daddy, trying to dress up like daddy.
Damn.
I look like you, daddy. Baggy ass suit. Yes.
Look, Ja Rule is in shape, but the bottom line is he's not a big guy.
He's short.
Just small. He's got a small stature.
Yeah.
So don't put him in a 44 long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The suit that I can fit is not gonna fit him right.
What?
Taylor, his shit.
Y'all see what we see. When I say y'all, I'm talking about the director. You stood behind the camera, looked out that lens. You see this shit is too big for him. Put this man in some proper form-fitting clothes. He looked. Listen, what he should have got out the car in is a nice shirt and a vest and a tie. He need to be wearing that damn hobo jacket right there, that trench coat.
It looks like, yeah, like it's an overcoat he's wearing, but even that, if you're gonna have somebody like him, you gotta tailor the stuff.
Exactly.
It can't be off the rack.
You know what that look? The only thing missing is a hat with a hole in it and a stick with a knapsack at the end of it. He looks like a hobo, man.
He's singing Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Yeah.
You know, he looks like he's in the bread lines during the
the Great Depression.
I mean, it's almost as if they had it planned for a different actor, but since the Fast and the Furious had come out right before that, they thought his agent's like, hey, he's hot, he's gonna blow up from this. You want to get him in the movie? All right, have him come over then. But we ain't got no budget for wardrobe.
And it don't help when you got him dressed up looking like a little boy in somebody's clothes and you tossing his ass around like a little boy. Hit the windshield in the bottom of them shoes. Bottom of them feet right there.
You know, little man.
When you see the bottom of them feet, boy.
Man, just looking at this, consider how much he gets tossed around. I was like, why'd they include that in there?
Why'd they put that in there?
When he flies across the room.
And there's so many questions. There's so many questions. Did he open the door and let himself out?
Right.
Was the door already open? Why did he not fasten his seatbelt?
Stop the car!
Get your ass out.
I'm stopping already.
Get your ass out my head.
I'm trying to see why.
Yeah.
I wonder if they told him they wouldn't do that.
Hey, no, they probably didn't. Yeah, stop the car. Got my ride.
Yeah, wait, because it doesn't serve the story at all.
It doesn't. In fact,
Somebody's mad at him.
it makes no sense because if you look at this, my man Seagal threw his ass out like he didn't like him. Look at him, get your black ass out of my car. Talk to me like that. Now, again, I don't understand why was the door unlocked and why was he so easily thrown out? But all that aside, they're supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Right ahead! Oh shit! Hit him!
Nick, Ja Rule's character's name is Nicholas whatever. So Nick is the one that vouched for him to his psycho Eastern European crime boss.
Nick likes you.
Nick
He's a
likes
good
you.
boy. So for him, I make an
What is it
exception.
for the whole...
He's like, boy?
I
mean, I ain't gonna say shit right here. I don't like that.
Cut my ass.
Yeah, so he's he vouches for him, you know, pretty much brings him into the organization, this crazy ass crime boss that he got. He gets some jobs for boosting cars.
Got a job, man. You want it?
You want it?
Look like somebody just threw that car across the driveway.
I mean, simply slinging things.
Hot wheels go.
Yeah, they threw that car like they threw Ja Rule over there. Every like quiet moment is followed by this shit.
And look, opening credits.
Opening credits, still opening credits.
I love it though. Let's steal this car. Sell it for parts. Pow! Crash! All right, what's left? And then we can salvage.
They even have these intimate moments where Ja Rule or Nick teaches his friend Seagal how to speak in black slang that will quickly go out of style in a couple of months.
How long we know each other? About 2 years, 2.5 years. I lied, niggas,
I lied, nigga. He trying to talk black. I lied, niggas. All right, yeah.
Oh,
See, it gets way more embarrassing than that.
I don't like this.
This is how I talk to my black friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Oh, it's not all right. It's all right.
Ah, I see. I speak the language. Am I part of the posse now?
Me and Quentin, huh?
Yeah. So as you can see, they're friends. He helps them out with all this stuff, bringing them into the organization and getting them paid, getting them jobs. And how does he repay them? Get your ass out of here.
Get your ass out of here.
Their car boosting operation gets busted by the FBI, who, and the head agent right here, this woman, she must have seen Nick get tossed out that car because she shows up and immediately starts talking shit.
You ever done hard time, Nick? Ever been somebody's bitch?
I think we know the answer to that. Yeah. He was that car's bitch right there.
Look how he hits it just. Look, he got knocked out. Look, he fell down.
Bottom of them feet, boy. Look at dang it.
He's just done.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the
Good night, y'all. And the thing is, Nick knows he looked like a bitch. He's embarrassed. Everybody laughed at him. He tried to boss people around. They didn't take him seriously. So when the FBI shows up and they say, "Look, go ahead and just surrender, man. We got you surrounded." He's like, "Well, I already look like a bitch. I can't go out looking like one." so he
Makes the dumbest move.
yeah, he tries to go out like a G, which is just stupid.
Next night you die.
You know, it's back when everybody was shooting with 2 guns.
Oh yeah, all that ridiculous 2-gun shit.
Yeah.
You can't own 2 guns.
No, you can't.
The FBI. They would not
They
own up to
wouldn't
guns.
have 2 never. And this is, I gotta say, this is the worst shootout I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, it gets as stupid as you think it does. So once everybody starts shooting, that's when everybody just loses their goddamn mind, just starts jumping all over the place, leaping off of walls,
Go crazy.
jumping and shooting at the same time. People getting shot and doing that fall.
Yeah. Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
This is before they go to prison, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and they don't explain about their friends and shit they don't.
No, they do later.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, never mind. Good.
So this is silly, you know.
It's so silly. I was like, I'm surprised anybody getting shot. Matter of fact, throughout this movie, I was like, if Ja Rule pulled a gun on me, I would stand right in front of him because there's no chance I would get hit.
Oh yeah, you know this is ridiculous. Well, the FBI agents got hit. Like a couple of them got killed
By
but-
accident.
Yeah, probably ricochet or something. But the shootout is silly, man. But the silliest thing about that shootout is them trying to make us believe that what we're looking at right now is Steven Seagal. His big ass, he know his ass is too big to do anything like that. I ain't fat shaming. I'm just saying that ain't him doing that. All right.
He's lazy.
Yeah, even when he could do it, he wasn't
He
doing
wasn't
it.
doing
He
that.
was lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see that roll?
Yeah, you can even see the dude lost weight right there.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
He'll put some hands on you.
Yeah, nice try. Putting that
Yeah.
stunt man in shadow.
I know. A long shot shadow. Yeah. Not even just shadow. Like 40 feet away from the actor and put Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah. Nah. And like I said, this is back when people not only shot with 2 guns, but you know, they put it in slow motion so you can just see how cool it is. There goes fake cigar. I'm at it. This is still a slight leftover from that era.
I'm
where
still
people
alive.
Were influenced by
Sort of.
where directors were influenced by Chinese
He shot
cinema,
me in the
and then the
kidney.
directors who were influenced by Chinese cinema influenced American cinema. You know,
John Woo stuff.
like John Woo stuff and Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the
Robert Rodriguez.
The 2 guns and trench coats. That's still post Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. This is where the title of the movie comes from. Like, out of all the shit, like, this don't play that big part in the movie. So he gets shot and he goes half past dead, where I guess he sees his dead wife waiting on him. Oh no, and they brought him back, and it's too bad because he probably should have stayed there. Not just because to stay with his wife, but soon after when they brought his ass back, they put a do-rag on his ass and made him do the prison strut right here.
Do-rag on?
Yeah, got that do-rag on. Got him doing the jumpsuit strut over here.
Jumpsuit start shuffle.
Yeah.
No ass on.
So he goes to this prison, and we'll talk about the prison in a little bit, but he goes to this Alcatraz. We'll let you know more about that brand new Alcatraz. And he runs into his old buddy. Oh, what a coincidence. He runs into Nick. And this is one of the craziest parts of the movie to me, man. Now, I know there's a lot of things to talk about this movie that doesn't make sense. A lot of things that you shouldn't question because it's just a silly-ass movie. And even they kind of know it. But this kind of got me right here.
He set me down from the shoe, fell up in bed. What about you? Currently, se acuerda. Spent 5 years with a rap old head.
So wait a minute. You attempted to kill federal officers and you just get 5 years? By the way, at least one of them was shot and probably killed, and you just get 5 years? And even as an accessory, you would get more than 2 years.
Yes, you would.
Man, you put me in a position, but there is an explanation for that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, it
okay.
would have to reveal something that you're not ready to reveal.
Well, okay. For part of this, I still think they didn't have to. Like 5 years is too little
I
for
know.
Ja Rule.
I know.
But I hear what you're saying.
But there's a rationale behind it.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm missing because I think I know what the rationale is, and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah. God damn it, make me defend this dumb shit.
I'm gonna make you feel bad as hell defending. You should have kept your mouth shut, Mark. Anyway, they're in that like you said, in that new Alcatraz, man. They open back up Alcatraz.
State of the art.
Yeah, this is one of the most Alcatraz, the original Alcatraz being one of the most notorious prisons out there. They close it down. They open it back up, and so if you open back up, I mean that old Alcatraz was bad. I mean this new Alcatraz must be so much worse, and it is. If you're one of the guards, right? Because you can get your ass beat by prisoners and no one will show up to help you. Yeah, no one showed up to help that man at all. Constantly getting his ass beat by Steven Seagal. Now, that's one thing to get your ass beat by Steven Seagal, but it's another to get your ass beat and have nobody show up when the ass beating is coming from Ja Rule. Now, he's getting his ass beat by Ja Rule, but then the guard realized, oh, this is Ja Rule. I can just toss his ass.
Damn! With the quickness,
not just once, but twice. But yeah, man.
The cops was in a fist fight with him?
Yeah, nobody shows up. This prison is insane.
30 prisoners, one guard.
Yeah, one guard getting his ass beat. This prison is insane, y'all.
Oh, shit.
Insanely nice. It's supposed to be Alcatraz. At first, because this guard was getting his ass beat, I thought, okay, it's going to be one of those scary ass prisons, man, that's run by gangs. And when Ja Rule and Steven Seagal started beating up the guards, I thought one of the gang leaders was gonna come up and be like, why you beating up one of my paid men? Or, all right, you guys got some skills, now you work for me.
Nah.
That's the warden. Yeah. That's the warden. And I thought at first, like, okay, so shit, this prison's so hard. They got vatos running this joint, man. They got La Raza up in here running this. Turns back, man, turns out he's one of the most laid back vatos ever.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
no, he's full of charisma. I was like, I like this guy.
Man, he is not only he's the world's most laid back vato, but he's the world's nicest prison warden, man. I mean, if you gotta do hard time, do it here.
Yeah.
Because he runs this place, man. Seriously, he runs this place like it's summer camp. Or either summer camp or resort.
Your free time will be spent in a 6x9-foot cell. Unplug. Póngase trucha.
I don't know what póngase trucha means, but I think it's something nice.
What is that? Some ass.
Yeah.
On your feet,
You know,
soldier.
I thought he was being sarcastic. You know, they're like, hey, relax. And then when the moment they catch you, relax, like, get your goddamn hands up. You know, no, man. He meant it. Shit, in case you thought he was playing, he actually set up a guy playing Nintendo or something. So that everybody can see, hey, you see what he's doing? This could be you.
What hole are you on, little Joe?
17.
Are you hitting it?
Like a mother.
You enjoy? Hey, little Joe, you enjoying yourself? How's the video games? You all right? You need anything? You let your Uncle Bato know. Yeah. He even lets the other prisoners talk shit to him.
It's the first day of the rest of your life. Same old, same old. Cálmate, Montes.
Like, this guy is so mellow, man. What kind of meditation is he doing?
Yeah, it ain't nothing where he's gonna hand out an extra punishment or yank him down.
I thought that's what happened.
Well, in all fairness, he didn't tell him in Spanish to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my rap.
I thought he was gonna yank his bitch ass down.
I thought some guards were gonna come in there and start beating his ass like a pinata.
Beat them paint out of it.
This is pretty nice, man. This is like one of those white collar prisons, man.
Because usually you hear a prison on an island, you're like, oh, some casual shit is going down there.
Right.
When you get there, you're like, man, if you be cool, they'll be cool, and just
Exactly. Even the warden is like, hey, you got a problem? Come talk to me. You know, man, it's very nice.
It's very European.
Yeah, which is why I was confused by this press conference that was given by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, that guy who heads that up, when he has his assistant Donnie get up to say this.
Give him a good soundbite, Donnie. Alcatraz is a bad place for bad people. If there's any discomfort behind these walls, that's how it should be.
I see nothing but comfort in those walls, man.
He said, well, we ain't get the latest PlayStations.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. This is cruel and unusual.
Guys are old.
Cruel and unusual right here, man.
I thought that was a weird scene, though. That guy gets up and talks a bunch, and Donnie, come up here. He says two sentences, and like it just awkwardly cuts. So, all right.
But he says, give him a soundbite, Donnie, on the mic. So like, okay, so you too? I mean, it's like, we heard you say that.
And of course, that's Morris Chestnut right there. That everybody knows. Ricky! If you really want the 4-star treatment, get on death row. That's where, man. That's where the real perks are, man.
The high rollers there.
Yeah. So they got this. Man.
Yeah, they comp your room.
Yeah, they should do. Yeah, man. Room service.
All that shit free.
All that shit. So they got this guy named Lester who's on death row for a robbery gone wrong.
McPherson is the judge who sentenced McKenna in the now infamous heist of almost $200 million in U.S. gold grade.
Now, you probably wonder why killing this guy just for stealing gold. I know it's a lot, but some people died in the process.
Like 5 officers.
Yeah, so they say, you got to go. But hey, you got to go out in style like this, man. The last few days that you're on death row, they put your ass in a real nice suite, man, with a view, like a high-tech view.
Change the view, will you? I'm getting tired of this. For the desk.
And they're like, okay, whatever you want, Mr. Lester. Like that cheap shit?
Yeah. I said change it to something I like.
Yeah, I thought y'all spent money on this.
That's it.
Let go back to the other one, man.
Put some fish up there. There's a problem with killing Lester. He still knows where the hidden gold is. Maybe the government is ready to write that off, but not Donnie. Donnie's like, no, I want that shit. Donnie's like, Donnie's like, no, I ain't paying me enough for this bullshit to do sound bites.
Donnie's like, hey, yo, my captain hit this body. I'll be goddamn.
Shit, this check ain't cutting it, man, that y'all give me. So.
This check ain't gonna cut it. I got your sound bite.
Yeah, so Donnie said, I want that $200 million, man. So, now, Martin, maybe you could explain this to me. Now, I hesitate to say something because I miss details. But no, I'm not even being sarcastic here, because old Donnie over here, Donnie says, you know what? In order to get Lester to speak and tell me where this gold is, he gets a bunch of special forces guys together, a team called the 49ers, and he gets them with the latest high-tech gear, the latest weapons, My man gets a military grade carrier plane. Hires the hottest new metal band to play the soundtrack. So where he got it, he just called in a few favors from his army buddies. Because well, he was in Desert Storm.
Well, look, the team and the plane and the plan, they came all out of his ass.
Okay, I was about to say
there's no explanation for this. Okay. And this is one of those plans where you go, this is way too elaborate for what you're trying to do.
Yes, it is. It's too elaborate.
You have clearance. You work here. There's a much simpler way for you to get in and get that guy out of there.
You were there.
Yeah.
You're in.
You're in.
You just but I guess they feel like they gotta force it. He ain't talking, so he got to get a whole military grade plan together. People, you hear what I'm saying? A military grade Air Force carrier. You just don't go in there and check that shit out like a book from the library.
Right.
That shit has to be issued by the federal government.
Yes.
You don't go in there and get this shit like you getting it from the goddamn army surplus or something. You know this.
Yes, and to get all those people, not just guys, but all those soldiers in your crew to sign on to this plan.
Yeah,
and it's a whole, we got to get him out of this prison that nobody can get out of.
They're so good.
And we got to somehow make him tell us where he hid this gold.
Yeah,
nobody's been able to do for years.
People getting that plane was calling a favor with his army buddies, and all of them somehow all of them got all the latest weaponry and all the tech and all the gear. It's like, okay, get the. Yeah, they don't explain that at all. No. All right, whatever.
Okay, sure.
And they sure enough attacked the prison. And they made, and I'll give them this, they made sure to attack the guards that are walking on the wall first, because when they fall, it looks cool. Oh, you know that's his ass. I better make this fall look as cool as I can. Also, you know, he thought this through. Every team got to have a fine-ass partner on there. You know, he got this chick named Six, played by Nia Peoples, who, when she, and I like her, man, you know, she made sure to get there in style. Showed up in her goth makeup, looking like the Crow and shit.
All that product in her hair.
Yeah, dyed her hair black and everything.
Well, you know,
yeah.
you can't go looking raggedy.
Exactly.
Exactly. On the team, she was the wild card.
Yep. And so this is 2002, y'all. Everyone just saw The Matrix. So for extra badass effect, number 6 and Donnie, they made sure to wear their trench coats, man, the black trench coats. So whenever Donnie runs, he looks like Batman. Neo. At least he's doing something. He's running from something. 6, she just loves to just pose and play in the rain.
No, wow.
Just out there, just playing in the sprinklers.
Yeah, she's like, I don't care about the money. I just want to do my Trinity cosplay.
You know what? They say Trinity, though. If I didn't know, though, I would say this was underwear.
Yeah.
Because of the hairstyle and all that.
Yeah, out there in London.
Oh, yeah, but she, well, I was
getting
gonna say
her, getting her Batgirl on and shit. Just out there, just out there, just playing in the rain. You know, you
I am doing something.
Yeah, posing.
Did you kill that guard like you were supposed to?
Yeah.
I think so.
She didn't do that goddamn.
Let me go ahead and do it. She didn't.
She had to play this.
I'm looking dead at her right now.
Playing this. She didn't do what I told her to do.
She bring on boombox.
She on that shit again.
She on that shit again.
She on Molly again. Yeah. For that final touch though, my man Donnie, played by Morris Chestnut, he made sure to fill in the rest of his goatee with a Sharpie.
That it?
Oh my God! Yes.
What the fuck?
No, come on.
Man, you didn't need that, right?
And if it was continuity, like, look, no one's gonna notice.
Hey, man. In the aughts, people were wearing goatees.
Yeah, they were like once they grew, that shit went drawn on. Like
the middle part.
The part I'm talking about is right here.
That middle, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, like he already grew all the rest of it out. You didn't need
wasn't
that.
necessary.
No.
That was more badass. No, it doesn't.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
You better wipe that mark off your face, bro.
Yeah.
But you're not even serious about this, are you?
No.
You were doing that marker shit again.
Yeah, bro. Proud of that Sharpie, too.
Yeah, I do it, man. Yeah.
He couldn't grow that shit already, so he just drove through it.
Oh, happy?
Makes me look more villainous, doesn't
That's right. Yeah. Like a sociopath.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm a sociopath.
If anybody needs that manscaped beard hedger, is him.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, look at it. Like, yeah, I need that, man. Yeah, people. No one likes a weird looking beard. Look at that right there.
Yeah, you want to be called Weird Beard.
No, oh, here comes old Weird Beard again, breaking the prisons again. No, listen, let me tell you about this. You don't want to be this guy right here. So let me tell you about this Manscaped beard hedger over here. Manscaped is known for getting the hair off your body in a lot of places. You know, they were known for a long time for getting clean down there. Now they want to get you looking kind of slick up here. Nobody's saying you got to shave everything off your face over there, but you know, everybody, men and women, they love a nice, tidy, manicured, healthy looking beard right there, looking like you took some pride in yourself. So that's where the Manscaped beard hedger comes in. So this is a cordless trimmer, has a rotary wheel that gives you 20 hair cutting lengths, all with just one guard. You know, because I know first world problems, but you get tired of changing them guards, man. If you could have one guard and not have to like switch, I mean, you would like that, right? And that's what you get. Well, I mean, look at this man. He's happy about it. Like, you know, they're all happy about this. You know, it's not shaving everything off, making it look nice, making it look neat, making it look tidy up there, making it look like it's like, again, like you're grooming yourself nice. You took pride in yourself. So yeah, man, one guard length for that. You don't have all these guards lying around. It's a very high-tech piece of equipment, travel sized. You know, you can take it with you when you're traveling. Comes with a universal charger, very strong motor, good battery life on that. So if you want to make a good impression with your face and you got that beard over there, this is the thing to do it with. The right tool for the job, and that is the beard hedger, a Manscaped beard hedger. And also makes your shaving smoother. You know, if you're looking for a nice smooth shave, no smooth areas, you know, you are getting rid of that hair, this is a thing for you right here. The Handyman. The Handyman is the perfect compact tool that you can take with you wherever you go. Make sure that you're looking nice wherever you are. I'll tell you what's real nice though. Let me see here. Let me bring this up. I forgot to bring this up for you because I got something special for you. Now just hold on, y'all. Oh yeah, I got something very special for you.
Sure, thank you.
About looking nice. This is gonna look real nice right here. And,
no.
There we go.
No.
There we go.
No.
It's worth the wait, y'all. I got something for you right here. So, you know, I told you all the perks of this, and you probably think that, you know, there's no way that Manscaped is going to be giving this thing away. Well, they're not, but they're going to be selling it to you at a very discounted price right here. If you go to manscaped.com and use the code TOASTED, you'll get 20% off along with free shipping. And in the end, you're going to be looking nice. So it's all worth it, but it's nice getting something knocked off the price. I want to thank Manscaped for sponsoring this portion of the show. I want to thank them for keeping all you guys out there and guys like me looking nice. And I want to thank all of our supporters out there in the community, the Toasters, for being so nice and supporting us as long as you have. I appreciate all of you. You know, they really want to drive home. Listen, let me just say this. If that drawn-in goatee wasn't villainous enough for you, if that didn't say villain to you, then they really want to drive home that he's a villain. Don't worry about it. That goatee didn't say you. They got other techniques. The moment did you know this morning, they never stop. They never stop doing certain camera things when Donnie's on. First of all, when Donnie comes in, we've met him before. You know, we met boring, assistant Donnie. Yeah. But when badass Donnie shows up, you notice how the camera zooms in on him real quick? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's badass Donnie. Yeah. Just so you. Oh, goddamn it, yeah.
That's what they do when they make a documentary about you.
Yeah, Donnie ain't playing no more. This is evil Donnie now.
I got tired of your shit
You
already.
call my name.
Yeah. Who made fun of my drawn on goatee? But then after that, They just keep giving them slow-mo. Every time almost every time they're on dining, they give him slow motion. Like when he's taking a piss on this fence right here.
Oh yeah, that's good. That steam coming up too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been holding this all day.
No revives, of
Is this whole
course.
group in Arizona? Because they act like they never get rain.
I know.
Oh my God.
All this rain made me want to piss. So they give him the slow-mo introduction shot. They give him the slow-mo the slow-mo piss shot right here. I like this slow-mo shot right here because it lets you know that not only how serious he is after he gives his speech, but
65 G's a year and a gold-plated watch when I'm 60 is not gonna get me a piece of the rock. I want the American dream, Frank.
Toodles.
Donald Robert Johnson.
So also to show you how handsome he is. You see that supermodel turn?
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah. And I'm gonna get it without your bitch ass.
Now you're welcome when you watch me walk away.
He's still about to walk away with his ass up. Look at this. Hey.
Donald Robert Johnson.
That's me.
President accounted for.
That was like they used to. Something.
Who that bitch you with now? Of course, they all gotta have the slow-mo walk. By the way, this is completely unnecessary.
Not only is it unnecessary, but it looks like they didn't even film it in slow motion.
They did.
Right,
No, they
that's
did.
what's weird about it.
Yeah.
No, they did film. They put that post slow motion there, that choppy slow motion. Yeah, got a crew. When it comes to when it comes to killing side characters, they are completely ruthless.
Bitch, got him.
Yeah. That dude must be trying to get a promotion.
I want some of this too.
That dude's the best. He's the biggest ass kiss on the team. Yeah.
I did it too.
It's like your cut depends on how many bullets you shot.
Yeah.
So at the end, they check your ammo.
Me too. Me too. So when it comes to killing side characters or unimportant characters, they're ruthless. When it comes to killing main characters, they completely suck.
Get his ass up.
Bullshit. If anybody should have been hit, it should have been his big ass.
Right.
Where was Mr. Double Tap then?
Yeah.
Right. By, and he didn't even let them get out of the hallway.
Right. He got back up, yeah.
You would have heard him. You'd been like, oh, shit.
And they suck, man. And that's why when they finally break into the prison, everything is straight up comedy with them.
Wow.
Yeah, he should have did. He's still trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, he don't know what the hell happened.
How the fuck I get over here?
He's like a fake ass Colin Farrell.
That glass just exploded.
You see that? Told you I'm gonna put silverware in the microwave. And I tell you what, Cigar might be big, but he's quick to be on that ass. Hey!
Of course, they miss again.
And he said, listen, if Ja Rule has taught me one thing, is that anybody can be tossed.
Oh! Like, he picked him up, threw him through the glass in the frame across the room.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Ja Rule's not the only one to get tossed in. This is a tossing ass movie, man. Shit, that was a point where this is a tossing ass movie.
What about y'all getting tossed? Right.
Shit, it gets so crazy that Steven Seagal said, I'll toss myself.
Oh my god, I just got Bro, I got two of them at least. Worth it. It was worth it. I got two. I got two. Bruh, it was really funny.
Because these fights,
No,
he's quick cut, so close, and when you see what he's actually doing, it's more like slap fight.
It really is. My man, he's fighting the edge more than other person. They really are just slapping each other. I mean, you know what? The other guy, he's got the most sense than anybody in the movie. The other guy's like, you know, he just gets tired of this shit. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. Just go ahead and just knock my ass out. Oh, you got me. Oh, yeah.
Wow, how'd he die?
Yeah. Damn, he knocked the joy out of his life.
Yeah, I guess so.
Emotion out of his
Yeah, he's sad. He's not dead. He just said.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, all right, you beat me. You win.
Yeah.
No.
Meanwhile, the prisoners, you know, they're left to their own devices.
They sure are.
Yeah,
It's Lord of the Flies.
It sure is. And you know they can't do anything right. They can't even escape.
Show me what you got. Get your ass up here. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
He would have made it if they hadn't been in his head.
He sure would have, man. He sure would have.
Shut up, y'all.
They all about to. They find weapons and they're about to kill themselves.
Sayonara, you little busters.
Let it rip. Bitch. That does not even make sense.
Even grenade launchers are tossing people, man. But we all know who the king of the toss is right here.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I see
You can see where this is going because Ja Rule is like, he thought he had the drop on 6 right there. And well, we all know how this turned out.
Jesus Christ, Ja Rule getting that beat.
Get your ass on that wall. He gets mad and tries to Donkey Kong ass.
Put your ass in there, bitch. Put his ass in there.
Okay, so Ja Rule has gotten tossed so much in this movie that the movie just stops and starts doing instant replays. It's only a matter of time. I tell you, it doesn't originate this movie. It's only a matter of time before we start getting into Die Hard ripoffs. They put some work in that font, didn't they?
Yeah, sure did.
Wrote that note. Of course, that's a ripoff from Die Hard. It was like, I got a gun too, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But. And you know, and at this point,
you're right about the fonts. You said it I guess Sasha Steven Seagal, he must be a calligrapher.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
It was very like. That's the only thing I noticed. It's like, oh, how do you write it like
he's
that?
making a sign. Like, hurry up, man! You have to take your time and do this right.
You know, he used that Sharpie that Morris.
So at this point, they just start dumping everything to the third act, man. This is the one with Steven Seagal. Now, this is where you can come in and explain this to me, because this is where he reveals that he was actually an agent, undercover agent for the FBI.
Of course.
I'm undercover. FBI.
Damn. That's like shit. Had me fooled too, man. So this is where we get in where you got Ja Rule doing that bid for 5 years, man. So what's the reason?
So the Eastern European gangsters that Ja Rule works for, that's really who they want.
Yeah.
The whole reason for installing Steven Seagal to get close to Ja Rule was to get to those guys. And the only reason to take a man who nearly died, who should have just retired and let that be the end of it, was to get him in the prison to get close to Ja Rule. That's why they would give him a lower sentence. So he's got some hope of getting out and get Steven Seagal in there with him to, like, you know, continue the pal, because the gangsters are who they really want.
See, yeah, I got that. My whole thing is they don't have to let Ja Rule out for that, you know.
But they see Ja Rule as the connection,
Okay.
like they've never been able to get close to this guy's the best shot they got.
Gotcha.
And you can't get back in with the guys.
Yeah, because I knew he was, because I knew that he was, Steven Seagal was put in there to talk to him.
No, I knew you got that. It's just the whole thing of like, yeah, you're right. He should have been in for life. But like, well, we make this guy life. He's never gonna reconnect.
Yeah,
with
Also, real quick, he can't just play the bad guy or somebody who's got a.
Well, that's the thing with the movie. They can never you gotta like them. So
or be a check, but not even just like I steal cars. You can still like somebody who steals cars.
Yeah, exactly. He's not
but he can't even do that.
He's not a
undercover.
lieutenant that kills for his boss. They want you to like these guys, because even though, and here's the thing, because once you're betrayed in a criminal organization, like they're not your friends anymore, especially if you're a Fed. And this right here, since we want to like these guys, Ja Rule's like, oh, All right, I'll forgive you, man. And I'll forgive you because you told me this sorry-ass story about your dead wife and my boss killing her. You know that sucks, man.
Your name fits a lot.
Sonny, that bad, huh? My wife's dead because of him.
My wife is dead because of him.
Sorry, you didn't know.
Yeah, my boss will probably kill me, but okay, man.
That's so unlike my boss to have people killed.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, you know who you work for, man.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know. What the fuck you just said? You talk to me. I just go, well, what in the chest? What you say?
So we gotta like these people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a good thing they forgave each other because it looks like old Ja Rule, man. He was up in a helicopter helping Steven Seagal out, and Steven Seagal jumped out, and he just didn't make it in time. And he looks like old Ja Rule is taking his last few breaths.
Can we get him? Yeah, we got him. I'm gonna miss you, Sash. Don't say that, man. It's a nice night to die.
I knew that line would come in handy at some point.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
We grow, even though these are prisoners, and one of the worst prisons. Well, at least by name. They have summer camp in there.
So you mean with Xbox and all that kind of shit
exactly.
going on?
But even though these are hardcore prisoners up in here, we got to grow to love them too, man. Especially when they taking weapons that they probably shouldn't have.
You like that?
Take it. Oh, you the man, Sash.
But don't worry, because they don't know. My man that got that gun, his big ass, he dies right after he gets that gun. And here's the thing, they kill him and then they just throw his ass away like he's garbage. Look at him. Like he's in a trash bin.
I wanted to feel bad for him, but I was like, there's a big shootout going on, and you just gonna stand in the middle with no protection, just shooting people.
And you the biggest one.
You the biggest one.
You the biggest target.
Yeah. Like this idea, like, well, if I got the biggest gun, I can't be hit. It's like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it's just a free for all with everybody shooting every which direction.
It should.
He might have gotten shot by one of his boys.
He might have.
And at this point, man, movies, even the movie knows, man, we just need to wrap this shit up. So you got people who just, they ain't gonna get no good wrap up in their story, so they just kind of volunteer themselves to die. So it was one of those scenes where she was already, they were being held up by the FBI, freeze, don't move. Okay. And she's like, well, I ain't going out like that, so
I'm gonna take somebody with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take him out. They'll probably get me before it happens, but what I got to lose. Donnie tries to get away. So Donnie tries to get away in one of them planes he got so easily. But I'm gonna tell you, Ja Rule has some good tosses in here, man. But the ultimate toss goes to that Supreme Court justice. I forgot her name, but she probably gets the best toss in the movie.
Say goodbye.
Get your ass out.
Oh my God!
Legs dangling.
Oh my God! And she's like, oh shit!
I mean, he did her dirty. Get your ass out.
He didn't hesitate either.
Did you see his arm?
He's like, get the out of here.
Out of my plate.
A little bit.
I'll tell you this, talking about mistakes. So, thing is, Donnie, he finally got Lester. He traded Lester in for a fake judge. He sent one of the hostages over dressed like the judge. And so he had both the judge and Lester. But that's a bad move right there, because Lester said, you know what, if you can just pull equipment out your ass, I can do the same thing.
That's a thing, because I looked down, and he's got this, I was like, where'd that come from? So
Lester just, out of his ass, he just strapped himself with several grenades and bombs. Like, what the get that?
Hey, hold on, man. You had a tight ass shirt on over there. I didn't see all that shit.
He started wrong.
That was a good cut.
That was good.
Edit. That was a good shot.
I jumped my ass out there playing that much.
And that zoom in. What the?
blew up that model.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I should have searched that guy. No, I should have.
that's just like shit. I ain't going back, you know.
Yeah.
And when I go back, ain't nothing waiting for me but death anyway. I'm going out in style. Take everybody with me. With the villain dead, before Lester died, you knew he might not make it out of this. So he told Steven Seagal where the gold is. Of course, Steven Seagal being the lawful person that he is, he told the FBI. Yeah. You know, we take some of this shit. Nobody has it. Right? Even my man, like, damn. He's like, shit.
I'm not booking business.
Is everybody cool with taking some?
Right.
I don't think we should.
She's like,
the best thing.
I know.
Bam, 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 bam.
She looking like, I'm taking some of this shit. Anybody got any argument with that?
Yeah, exactly.
And if y'all worried about Ja Rule, man, don't worry about it, man. I know you were shedding tears, feeling. It's all right though. Old Ja Rule, he got out with a broken neck and a hurt toe or something, and he
will live to be tossed another day.
Yes, he will. He's still in jail, but.
I spoke with Justice McPherson. I had her look at your file. Yeah? She knocked your sentence down.
Now, there's no reason to let his ass out now.
No.
He didn't do anything but just try to kill some federal agents. But, hey, he got free, and listen. Oh, let me see here.
He helped save the judge.
He helped save the judge, and...
Yeah.
Oh, you... Now, here's what I love.
They should have done a freeze frame right there.
Well, why do a freeze frame and when you can end this with a nice Ja Rule slow-mo? Yeah. Alright.
You gotta please stop.
Oh.
That's not.
It ain't over yet. For those of you who just could not get enough of Podcast Day, don't let the credits slow you down. You still have the corrupt comedy hour. The corrupt comedy hour.
Okay, stop the ventana.
Hey, believe this. You gotta believe it.
No,
Okay, so
people are
weird,
not
man.
going for the exits. Just sitting right there and watching the rest of this.
Jesus Christ, his acting is atrocious.
Damn.
The warden don't know you, and your name is Bernard.
Don't worry, y'all. This goes on and on.
Oh my God.
That became a staple of those Steven Seagal movies.
The corrupt comedy hour, which I actually like corrupt. I think he's funny.
Yeah, I like him in this movie.
Yeah, I did too. I actually think, I think he's what's that? You think I like him. I think he's actually pretty good. The movie's not very good, but he impressed them enough.
I'm gonna stop with all this Twitch mess.
Look, I'm coming home. Okay? Put your hand on the glass. Twitch. Put your hand on the glass.
Oh, and he did go home, but apparently got his ass put back in prison because they got a sequel to this where
that's right.
He's the star. He takes even Steven Seagal and Ja Rule and nah, that's all right. We had enough. So they brought back Corrupt and somebody else.
Is it Goldberg, the wrestler?
Is it Goldberg? Might be.
I know it's somebody.
Yeah, is it a wrestler though?
Goldberg is a wrestler.
I know, but I'm talking about the person that they got.
You know what? Don't quote me on that.
So yeah, it was Goldberg.
Okay.
Yeah, you were right. Look at that. All right. All right, y'all. That is that.
How are we looking out that over there? 600 to 900? Wow. Well, they destroyed the whole building. Fuck.
In 2022, when 911 dispatchers received a call reporting a vehicle stuck in a ditch off White and Parker and Honeycutt Roads in Maricopa, Arizona.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Just swerved out the road.
Huh?
Swerved out the road.
Who did?
Me.
You were driving?
No, I was the tires.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna need you to come out of the vehicle and talk with me then. So you weren't driving? You were in the passenger seat, obviously?
No, you see where I'm at?
You see where you're at now, man.
As the officer begins speaking with the alleged passenger, it's apparent he's becoming increasingly worried that there may be something seriously wrong.
All right, so tell me what happened.
My tire.
Do you need to rest on the vehicle?
Rest?
Do you need to rest on the vehicle? Okay. How much have you had to drink today?
Not that much, but my car been like, it just been breaking down. Like, I don't know, like, if it's just what's going on, but like everything it's just been coming to like a crash. Like everything has just been coming to a crash.
Okay. You're coming from this way, right here. All right. What's the matter? What's going on? All right, let's walk back here. Let's walk this way. We'll talk up by my car. Come on. What?
What?
So why are you back here just staring at me, man?
I'm trying to make sure she cool.
How would she not be cool?
She crying?
Yeah, because she knows she messed up. That's why. This is what we're going to do. We're going to walk back here, okay? We have to. We have to get out of this dirt and stuff. Okay, what's going on? You need to be honest with me, okay? I can tell you're intoxicated. I can smell it. Come on, let's walk up here. Let's get off this dirt, okay? Hold my hand.
The officer escorts the woman to his car and talks to the witness that called in the accident. He provides the officer with more details that support the idea that she was actually the one behind the wheel.
You saw her in the driver's seat?
Her, when it went up, the first thing she said to me was, "Where did he go?" And I said, "Who?" She said, "The guy." I go, "What guy?" She goes, "The one that was driving." We sat here for about 5 minutes. I talked to her out of her key.
Okay.
She was trying to take off.
She was in the driver's seat?
Yeah, she was trying to take off. And I told her, "Hey, something's wrong with the car. Let me see your keys." She gives me the key. I took the key out the keychain, gave it back. About 5 minutes go by. I'm talking to the lady. I didn't want to stay by the vehicle.
Okay.
And he came back from over in the neighborhood, then jumped in.
With the witness's assertion that the woman was driving, the officers prepare to arrest her for driving under the influence.
You want me to process it? We good? Okay. I'd like to do an eval. Probably best.
Yeah.
I had to pee.
I'll go back. We'll let you pee back at the station.
No,
I'll take her right here.
I don't want
It's
to
all right.
pee.
Oh, okay, don't worry about
I
that.
don't want to pee on myself in the car. Y'all finna take forever.
That's the station right there. I'm pointing at.
I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but y'all
There's no
I have to pee. Let me pee.
Man, there's no place out here. I gotta take you to the station to pee.
Let me pee right here.
No.
Swear, I don't want to pee on myself.
Let's go.
I don't want to
can't let you pee right here. We'll get you.
No place. I don't want to pee on myself.
Get in the car.
I don't want to pee on myself.
Get in. We'll take you back. You'll pee at the
I'll take you
station.
to a toilet. Ma'am, sit down, please.
In 1 minute, we'll be there.
The belligerent woman is placed in the car, and it seems like the bathroom crisis is averted until officers let her know that her boyfriend cannot come with her to the station.
I said he can go to the police station when we're done. As soon as they're done.
I need you.
Okay. He'll be there when they're done.
You think it's funny?
What?
You think it's funny?
Do I think what's funny?
You said he can go to the police station when we're done.
Okay,
I need
I'll explain
him.
it one more time.
We're finna go.
He can go.
We're finna go to the police station. I need my boyfriend.
Okay.
Excuse me.
What is your name?
I need my boyfriend.
Okay. You'll just get more
I
charges.
need my
You want more
boyfriend.
charges?
Why?
What do you mean why? Because you need to identify yourself.
Okay.
So tell me your name.
What law is that? So I need to identify myself.
Oh my.
What law is that?
Okay.
What law? Because I got stuck in the middle of the
Arizona
road.
law.
And my car is not working. What law is that? What law is that?
It seems the woman isn't aware that Arizona is a stop and ID state. This means that an officer who has reason to believe an individual is involved in a criminal act can request that the person identify themselves, and they must comply. Those who refuse can be charged with a Class 2 misdemeanor, which comes with a penalty of up to 4 months in jail and 2 years of probation. The officers, likely tired of arguing with the woman, get her into the vehicle and close the door. As she begins to make a scene from inside the vehicle, the officers are graced with the arrival of the woman's mother.
Can I talk
Is this your daughter? Okay. So I will put the window down if you believe you can get her to calm down for me. Hey, your mom wants to talk to you.
Yeah, you! What is...
Your mom's trying to talk to you.
Can I take that car? That's my car.
So, we don't need to tow it, but I don't think you can get out of there. It's too soft. So, I mean...
Do I have to get a tow truck?
We can help with all that.
Oh my God!
Yeah, she gotta go.
You're wrong! You're wrong!
Okay. So yeah, I mean...
He just drove. Now, if they whip you...
Ma'am, please stop. Ma'am, I'm demanding that she can get charged if she gets it or something.
Kia, what is wrong with you?
How old is she?
The police are now aware of the young woman's identity. She's 19-year-old Keo Thomas. Her mother, completely over the interaction, tells police exactly how she feels.
Can you guys take her to jail?
Well, yeah.
To give her a wake-up call like she just...
Well, we'll see if she earns a trip to Florence or not, but generally we process DUIs and then release them, but she's looking at other charges at the moment if she keeps this up, so.
Okay.
After struggling to remove her from the police vehicle, Keo's angry ranting continues to escalate in intensity.
That makes you happy. And you shouldn't even be there. Anything that's not your wife, your kids, all that. Wife, kids, oh, they're gonna die. Stop.
Just leave the cuffs on her, man.
Yeah.
The officers decide to temporarily leave Keo alone in the cell while gathering restraints to keep her from harming herself and the officers.
So, she claims she's gonna pass out on the way over. She's ready to pass out. And then we get here, she's fighting us. So, I don't know if you're gonna be able to look at her, but try to call, because on the way over here, she's screaming in the back that she's about to pass out. So,
Sounds like she's about to pass out.
yeah. Pretty good blood flow. Let's see if she's willing to talk to you guys.
Paperwork, scissors.
She's kicking too, so be careful. Okay, we'll set it. Go back. Well, we'll sit on. That's one way to do it.
Do you still feel like passing out?
Hold on!
You still feel like passing out?
Hold on! That's why it's a box. When you die, you want to hell.
Keo isn't planning to accept their help, so officers and medical workers leave the room and give the woman time to calm down. After approximately 10 minutes, officers and firefighters re-enter the cell and, once again, attempt to examine Keo.
So that's what it is here. You can stop with the theatrics. We're just checking your vitals. Sit back. Your mom's on her way. Just
Still.
Mom!
We're gonna check your sugar, okay?
A little poke, man.
Don't fuck me.
We're just gonna check your sugar.
Don't fuck me.
We're just checking your
Get
sugar.
off of me!
We're just checking
I'm
your sugar.
okay.
Ma'am, relax.
Get off me, because I know you're going to be too.
Well, you're not, so just chill out.
Get off of me, that hurt. Get the off of me! Get the off of me!
Hey, what's that?
The officers leave Keo alone in her cell once again and determine that she, who has now attempted to assault officers and is refusing to consent to a blood alcohol test, must be transferred to the Florence Correctional Center. Before they head out, a female officer enters Keo's holding cell to help escort her to the restroom.
Where? Where? And the moment not here. What talking here? Nothing. You ain't even came back. Come back.
It's important to note that Keo has only been alone in her cell for roughly 19 minutes at this point.
Alright, we're gonna. Yeah, guess what? Y'all can reach on them. I'm here to help you, Keo. Yeah, I'm here to help you, Keo. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. I kind of like you, but then again, I don't. Hey. I don't like you, though. Alright, come on, girl. I'll get up. Yeah. Alright, let's go here. I'll walk with you, okay? Yeah. Yeah, you go. Yeah. Let's go, girlfriend. We're gonna use the restroom. Hey. And we're gonna use the restroom. Better be glad you.
Let's go.
You smirking like you.
Let's go. The restroom's here.
And I hope you gotta watch it.
Hey, can you use the restroom? We're gonna use the restroom.
God.
Okay, we're gonna use the restroom. Let's go.
Though Keo up to this point has consistently stated that the reason she won't comply is that she needs to use the restroom, the trip there doesn't seem to remedy the situation.
Where the lot?
You gonna use it?
Where the lot?
You know what? You wanna be like? You know what?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You wanna be like that? Yeah, that's weird.
Officers return her to her holding cell and decide to continue with their original plan of restraining Keo to a holding chair.
Don't knock.
This is supposed to here. See?
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
Hey. See this? This is a warrant for you.
I don't care.
We're gonna take your blood.
Yeah,
I'll put this in your property.
I'll put this in your property.
Yes, sir. Put your hood over you.
Yeah, put the hood over you.
Relax.
We need you to relax at this point. Someone hold her head. Annie, don't be biting me. Someone hold her head.
Get off of me!
In and Let's see. Ooh, she had been broken back.
Watch your finger.
Yep.
Stop trying to bite us.
Alright. Oh. Alright. It is what it is. It'll work.
You know, that's fine.
There we go. You can breathe. Cool.
Oh, good. She passed out.
Only a few hours after Keo allegedly ran her car into a ditch, she was officially booked into the Florence County Correctional Facility. On May 6th of 2022, she pleaded guilty to attempted aggravated assault on an officer in exchange for her other charges being dismissed. As a result, she received 18 months of supervised probation. But the wake-up call her mother cited didn't seem to have the desired effect on Keo. She was arrested once again in December of 2022 on suspicion of aggravated DUI with a suspended license and driving under the influence while driving the wrong way. At the time, she had a suspended driver's license and an outstanding warrant for extreme DUI issued by Maricopa Municipal Court. In June of 2023, Keo was officially sentenced to 4 months in prison for the charge of aggravated DUI from the December of 2022 incident. She's set to be released in October of 2023.
Hey, yo, can I get a revive? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I was gonna do much on that one.
Did not work. Hindsight, I should have just stayed over there. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah, keep it
Oh
here.
god.
The nades will hit us.
I'm gonna give him a left,
Keep it
aren't
here.
I? Use butter, please. Don't leave me here. Thank you. I want to go with you on your adventures. Here's the flashlight.
camisa blanca ahí, sucia. ¿Tienes alguna camisa blanca sucia? No, me lo voy a trabajar. Dámela. Ay, mi gato lindo.
Thank you. Let us stick this penis up your butt. Thank you. I got him, nut.
Nice. Get that assist.
I just...
Valiantly retreated back to Belarus after the Battle of Kiev. There have been rumors that Vladimir Putin would force his client state to join the war. This would be catastrophic for all involved and could end up happening nonetheless. Belarus's importance in this war can't be understated. The nation has been a staging ground for Russia's invasion of Ukraine and is now one of the most important logistical bases for the entire Russian war effort. It was from Belarus that Russia attempted its mad dash to Kiev, hoping to end the war in 3 days. And it was the safety of Belarus that sheltered rapidly retreating Russian forces after the Battle of Kiev failed. Without the safety of technically neutral Belarus, Russian troops could possibly have been routed, leading to the worst defeat of a Russian field army since World War II. The Battle of Kiev highlighted just how important the country was to the entire war effort. Russia's biggest problem in this war is its terrible logistics and its equally terrible ability to protect those logistic hubs and networks from Ukrainian attack. But Belarus is basically like home base for the Russian army when you played tag in grade school. No tagging or bombing allowed, so Russia's able to maintain supplies close to the Ukrainian front and continues to use the country as its own little warehouse to this day. It was logistical issues that forced the retreat from Kiev more so than a Ukrainian military victory. But without the friendly nation and multiple supply hubs next door, Russian troops in retreat would have been forced to trek hundreds of miles through hostile Ukraine to get back to safety. The entire way they would have been hounded by very maneuverable Ukrainian forces, which wreaked havoc on retreating Russian forces retreating north from Kiev and across the border. Without committing major combat power from the eastern theater into an attempt to break through the eastern lines and create a safe corridor for the Kiev assault forces, Russia would have lost the entire 15,000 to 30,000 estimated soldiers on the offensive. But the rescue attempt would have weakened Russia elsewhere along its eastern front line, completely reshaping the Ukrainian war as we know it and potentially leading to a catastrophic early defeat of the Russian military. At the bare minimum, the Kremlin would have been hard-pressed to explain to its citizens the complete loss or capture of 30,000 soldiers in the first month of fighting. Belarus being right across the border, though, was a get-out-of-jail-free card for Vladimir Putin and his terrible tacticians who put the whole debacle together. And since then, Belarus has been one of Russia's greatest advantages. Ukraine is not allowed to attack into Belarus, not so much for fear of the Belarusian military, more on that soon, but because its Western partners would get very frowny-face about it. But Belarus is neutral like the sea is dry, and Russian assets use the nation to safely launch attacks against Ukrainian cities, and occasionally, probably by accident, at military targets. This is a maddening situation for Ukraine, which can't even risk taking action against Russian jets over Belarusian territory, lobbing long-range missiles for fear of causing an international incident. With the ability to stage forces in Belarus, Russia also forces Ukraine to commit a percentage of its military to protecting the border, just in case the Russians are stupid enough to try to have a go at Kyiv again. This eats up manpower that's badly needed in the front, even if the possibility of a cross-border attack is so low that Ukraine typically sends units on rest there. As the war goes from bad to worse for Putin, he's put significant pressure on Belarus to join it, and so far, it's resisted. But this may not last for long. Belarus's president, Alexander Lukashenko, has ruled over the country since its independence from the Soviet Union, when Belarus missed out on that whole freedom thing going around. Since then, Lukashenko has basically turned Belarus into a Russian simp, despite vigorous political opposition that he either exiles, murders, or jails with impunity. In 2020 and 2021, Belarus exploded into protests when Lukashenko miraculously and totally not suspiciously won the majority vote again in a landslide election. The protests would come to be known as the Anti-Cockroach Revolution, after a children's poem in which a tyrannical yet fragile cockroach ruled over all the animals briefly until a sparrow realized he could just eat it. As the anti-Lukashenko fervor swept the country, the dictator blamed the growing protests on the Americans, and on NATO, and on the Ukrainians, and on the Russians, and on the Harlem Globetrotters. There was literally nobody Lukashenko wasn't blaming apart from himself. Soon, the protests threatened to turn into a full-blown civil war, and much to Lukashenko's relief, the military and security services remained loyal, arresting, beating, raping, and killing thousands of civilians. Vladimir Putin was also swift to dispatch Russian aid, with Russia's support being the only thing preventing the complete collapse of the Belarusian government. And since then, things have quieted down significantly in Belarus, with most of the opposition either in jail or in exile. But that doesn't mean everything is sunshine and rainbows for Belarus, and opposition to both Russia and Lukashenko remains so high that if the country were to join the war in Ukraine, the results might not be to either Lukashenko or Putin's liking. When rumors were swirling in late 2022 of Belarus joining the conflict, multiple polls leaked out of the country showing that many in the nation believed that if their military was asked to fight, the soldiers should either refuse or defect. That is an astonishing result from a significant segment of the population, and Belarus was quick to declare the results an invention by the West. However, the fact remains that Lukashenko has so far rebuffed Putin's attempts to get the Belarusian military into Ukraine, and one has to wonder exactly why. For a while, late in 22, it seemed like Belarus would actually pull the trigger on destroying itself by joining the war in Ukraine. Lukashenko had basically given the Russian military free reign over the nation, with Russian troops free to go wherever they pleased and do whatever they wanted without needing to notify or even gain approval from local authorities. In exchange, Russia had granted a stay on Belarus's loan repayments, and it even granted another loan to the tune of $1.5 billion. Meanwhile, Lukashenko was launching what appeared to be a secret mobilization for military and security services, with military members and police officers recently receiving summons notices. More military medics were put into training, and a percentage of the population were notified that they could be called up in the first wave of a possible mobilization, which would of course only be in the case of a national catastrophe. Rumors began to circulate that Belarus was anticipating an attack from Ukraine. Indeed, Belarusian intelligence began to visit state-owned enterprises to warn them of just such a pending attack. The stage had been set, and Western intelligence warned that Russia could carry out a false flag attack inside of Belarus to stir the nation into joining the war. This is pretty much textbook for Russian intelligence services, who have not shown a great degree of imagination throughout this conflict. However, the expected attack never came. This might be because Russian intelligence wasn't planning a false flag attack after all, and instead it was all the product of a Lukashenko fever dream where Ukraine really was preparing to invade. The man is notoriously paranoid, and when most of your country hates you and wants you dead, it's easy to see why. However, the more likely reason said attack never came is because Russian intelligence simply never carried it out, because Putin and Lukashenko both realized that mobilizing Belarus to war could very well end up costing Russia the war and Lukashenko's head. For starters, the Belarusian military isn't exactly a war-winning force, unless that war is against efficiency and competency, in which case they'd give the Russians a run for their money. the nation is ranked as the world's 60th military power, 3 spots down from the mighty military powerhouse of Azerbaijan. It has an active duty military of 45,000 soldiers, of which only 16,500 are in the army. It's estimated that only 15,000 of those are ready for combat, in the sense that they have a rifle issued to them and could be mobilized quickly, not that they're trained or equipped properly for actual combat. Military analysts have compared Belarus's military to the conscripted forces Russia's been hurling into the war since the summer of 2022. The nation does have an air force made up of 18,000 personnel, with an inventory of 34 MiG-29s, 67 Su-25s, and 4 Su-30s. However, its MiG-29 fleet received its latest upgrade in 2004, and even then, only 13 aircraft received that upgrade. What Belarusian jets don't crash on takeoff could still complicate Ukraine's air defense picture, at least for a few weeks, until they've all been shot down or simply worn themselves out. With sanctions from the West on both Belarus and Russia, both nations are having significant difficulties in procuring replacement aircraft parts or the materials and tools needed to create new ones. The country does have a significant force of T-72 tanks, though an estimated 100 of its 800 or so strong fleet have been donated to the Russians. This could pose another challenge for Ukraine, except for one thing. Since 2021, Belarus has maintained its operational units at only half strength. This means that half of the Belarusian military is in reserve status, and making the entire thing completely unprepared for combat operations of any kind. Training is sparse to non-existent, and any attempt for the Belarusian military to get into fighting shape would necessitate at minimum weeks of reorganization, let alone months of training for its units. To be fair, lack of training has never stopped Russia from throwing meat into the meat grinder of Ukrainian guns, and there is little reason to expect Belarus wouldn't behave the same way. But Belarus would be facing a strategic quagmire if it were to join the war. First, it would have to punch through significant Ukrainian defenses. Since Russia retreated from Kiev, the Ukrainians have destroyed bridges and mined roads between itself and Belarus. Miles upon miles of anti-tank ditches and defensive trenches line all approaches into Ukraine, and Ukraine's access to Western equipment would give the Belarusian military a lethal problem to overcome. And then there's the actual terrain itself. All along the border with Belarus is some of the most inhospitable terrain in Europe, with vast swamps and bogs stretching into both countries. The terrain is so awful that both the Russians and the Germans completely avoided it during their minor disagreement in World War II. Only partisans flocked to the area known as the Pripyat Marshes, one of Europe's largest marshlands. The Ukrainians also have one significant ally that's helped build up defenses in the north: beavers. The vast marshes are home to a massive beaver population, and beavers can't stand running water. Like T-Mobile and good reception, beavers and water are mortal enemies. In the pre-war years, though, beaver dams were kept under control and regularly dismantled to prevent nature's furry little engineers from causing massive flooding and wreaking general havoc on local road and rail infrastructure. However, since the fighting began, nobody's been taking apart the beaver dams, and this has only made the marshes an even more treacherous obstacle for any military to cross.
I'm gonna actually watch this. Damn.
Mary Till, Kate Mora, Emily Clark, Margaret Robbie.
I don't know any of those people. I would do all of them and kill all of them and marry all of them once they're dead.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, cool. I'm on a new setup, so I was trying to figure this shit out. But okay, cool. Never mind. Hey, how are you?
Very good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in a different place, in a different land.
Where are you at?
I'm in an undisclosed location.
Why?
Because the person I'm staying with doesn't like their location disclosed.
Oh, your mom?
Yeah, I'm staying with my mother. I can't afford rent anymore.
Based. What's up?
Not much, baby. Where have you been? I keep seeing Lycan feeding you or something.
Oh, no, wait, I gotta get off.
I'm on vacay or something.
Get some eat. I'll be back.
Really? In Miami?
Yeah.
Oh. How was Sweden?
What am I gonna play?
Good.
I can finish
last week Devin did
XCom.
some LSD. Hung out with the Mells.
Any wacky LSD experiences?